the deluge of scary policy changes and executive orders coming out right now, it's important that we practice temperance and remember that panic is the point. This classic shock and awe, they want to stun you into silence by throwing everything they have at the wall and seeing what sticks. It's important to remember that not everything will stick, and there are people who have been preparing to combat this. That being said, we are in fact human beings, and if you have even the slightest bit of empathy for other people, this has been rough. And y'all should know by now, I very much value transparency with my audience. If I come on here and present myself as somebody who's totally put together and definitely has it all figured out, there's no room to grow. So let's take a sec to hold space and validate some of the things that y'all are probably feeling right now. Because to be perfectly honest, I am scared shitless. The other day, I sat down and spent a couple hours writing a song about what happens to me when I'm off my meds and sobbed the entire time I was writing it. The bits and pieces of information that I've heard about RFK Jr. and his wellness farms and his plans for people who are on psych meds are, for me, the most paralyzing thing so far. I'm generally pretty good about responding to these things with anger and then using that anger to motivate me into action. This had me genuinely terrified. But here's the thing. That songwriting cry sesh that I had, it felt like physically removing a lot of the fear from my body. And that's another one of the incredible things about art. It can truly be a cleansing force. And afterwards, not only did I feel better, but I felt strong enough to confront it head on and do research into what actually these plans are. And for the most part, from what I could tell, this was primarily promises that were made on the campaign trail. You know, when politicians are famously at their most honest. So my advice on temperance still stands. But because we're human beings and not everything is gonna be something we can put on the back burner, if something is genuinely paralyzing you, make art. Specifically, make art that is brutally honest and confronts that fear head on. Anyways, the working title for this song is Take Your Lamotrigine, and it should be coming out hopefully this fall. If you do create that brutally honest art that confronts what paralyzes you and you want to share it with someone, this is my email. If you're worried that that brutally honest art isn't good enough to share, please remember that I am acutely aware that everyone starts somewhere, and also other people's lack of taste is not your problem, including my own.